Imagine a crystal that pulses with the energy of the Force itself, capable of choosing its bearer and reflecting their soul. Now imagine how that same crystal can be corrupted, transforming into a symbol of dark power. Kyber crystals are not just the heart of lightsabers. They carry the essence of the eternal battle between Jedi and Sith. In this video, we'll unravel the mysteries behind these legendary crystals, their connections to the dark side, and how they shape the fate of the galaxy. Prepare for a journey of light, darkness, and everything in between. 1. Origin and discovery of Kyber crystals. Kyber crystals, rare and precious stones, were discovered on remote planets in the galaxy long before the founding of the Jedi Order. Ancient explorers realized that these crystals had a special connection to the Force, vibrating with a living energy. They were more than simple gems. Responding to the presence of Force-sensitive beings, they became a fundamental resource for the construction of the first lightsabers, a weapon that would become the symbol of Jedi power and wisdom. 2. The Jedi's relationship with Kyber crystals. For the Jedi, Kyber crystals are not mere combat instruments, but spiritual companions. During their training, each Padawan is taken to a planet rich in crystals, such as Ilum, to seek the crystal that resonates with their soul. The connection between Jedi and Kyber is deep, representing a bond of trust and balance. The process of creating a lightsaber is almost sacred, and the color of the crystal reflects the Jedi's path in the Force: the blue of protection, the green of wisdom. 3. The Sith and the corruption of the Kyber crystals. Unlike the Jedi, the Sith do not connect with the Kyber crystals. They master them. Through a brutal process known as bleeding, the Sith force the crystal to submit to their will. This practice causes the crystal, originally clear and pure, to turn red, a symbol of corruption and pain. This act reflects the Sith's own philosophy of seeking power at any cost, manipulating the Force for their dark purposes. 4. The balance of the Force and the role of the Kyber crystals. Kyber crystals are more than just stones. They symbolize the balance of the Force. Sensitive to the light side, the crystals naturally respond to the harmony and balance that the Jedi seek. However, when corrupted by the Sith, they demonstrate how the dark side can distort the very essence of the Force. This duality of the crystals reflects the eternal struggle between light and dark, where balance is constantly challenged. 5. Kyber crystal source planets. Planets such as Ilum, Jeddah, and Lothal stand out as spiritual centers of great importance in the galaxy. These worlds, rich in Kyber crystals, attracted generations of Jedi in search of their stones to build lightsabers. However, with the advance of the Empire and the First Order, these planets became targets of exploitation, with their crystals being extracted en masse to create superweapons, such as the Death Star. The destruction of these worlds reflects the loss of galactic balance. 6. The living connection of Kyber crystals with the Force. Unlike other materials, Kyber crystals have a consciousness of their own. They cannot simply be chosen. It is the crystals that choose their bearers. This symbiosis between the Jedi and the crystal is a representation of the Force itself, a living energy that connects all things. A Jedi seeking his crystal must be in total harmony with the Force, for only then will he be worthy of finding the crystal that will guide him. 7. The color of lightsabers and their relationship to the Force. The colors of lightsabers have a profound meaning. Kyber crystals, when connected to the Force by their bearers, reveal different shades of light. Blue, most common among Jedi Guardians, symbolizes a focus on combat and protection. Green, usually associated with Jedi Consulars, represents the search for knowledge and peace. Red, found only among the Sith, symbolizes violence, power, and manipulation of the Force. 8. Kyber crystals on the dark side and the bleeding process. The Sith, unable to find Kyber crystals naturally, must steal them from the Jedi or acquire them through violent means. Once in possession of a crystal, they use a dark and painful technique to corrupt it, known as bleeding. During this process, the Sith pours all of their anger, hatred, and suffering into the crystal, distorting it and forcing it to obey their will. The bled crystal emits an intense red glow, reflecting the pain and violence it now carries. 9. Kyber crystals and Imperial superweapons. The importance of Kyber crystals goes beyond lightsabers. During the reign of the Empire, these crystals were mined on a massive scale to power superweapons such as the Death Star. The massive quantities of crystals allowed the creation of an energy beam capable of destroying entire planets. This transformation of the crystals from sources of life to instruments of mass destruction exemplifies how the dark side can distort even the purest form of energy. 10. The implications of the Sith's use of Kyber crystals. The use of Kyber crystals by the Sith is a violation of the natural laws of the Force. While the Jedi respect the harmony between the crystal and the Force, the Sith seek to control it by corrupting its purity. This affects not only the crystal, but also the very nature of the user. The act of bleeding a crystal requires the Sith to delve deeper into the dark side, distorting their very essence. This practice demonstrates how the desire for power can lead to self-destruction. 11. Recovering and purifying Kyber crystals. Few Jedi have the ability to purify bled Kyber crystals. This process requires a deep connection to the Force and immense compassion. One notable example is Ahsoka Tano, who was able to purify crystals corrupted by the Sith, restoring them to their original white color. This act of redemption reflects the Jedi belief that even the deepest darkness can be brought back to light with strength and determination. 12. Legends surrounding ancient Kyber crystals. Many legends surround the oldest Kyber crystals, those wielded by Jedi and Sith for millennia. Some claim that they once held crystals of immense power, capable of amplifying one's connection to the Force to unimaginable levels. These crystals, however, were lost over time, and their stories have become myths. Yet their legend lives on, inspiring Jedi and Sith alike to seek them out in the hopes of gaining power or wisdom. 13. Kyber crystals and the fate of Ilum. Ilum, once a Jedi sanctuary, has become a sad example of the destruction wrought by the dark side. During the Empire era, the planet was exploited and its Kyber crystals mined to power the Emperor's superweapons. The planet was later transformed into Starkiller Base by the First Order. The fate of Ilum symbolizes the destruction of galactic balance and the corruption of the ideals of harmony and peace that the Jedi championed. 14. The role of Kyber crystals in different eras of Star Wars. During the Old Republic, Kyber crystals were abundant and formed the basis of Jedi philosophy. As the centuries passed and the Empire rose, these crystals became scarce, with the dark side appropriating them to create weapons of mass destruction. In the Resistance era, the search for Kyber crystals became even more urgent, reflecting the constant struggle between those who advocate peace and those who desire absolute power. 15. Kyber crystals and the wielder's identity. Each Kyber crystal is unique, reflecting the soul of its wielder. By connecting with a crystal, a Jedi or Sith establishes an intimate connection that transcends the physical. This connection is an extension of who the wielder is and the path they have chosen to follow in the Force. For the Jedi, the crystal is a reflection of their inner harmony. For the Sith, it is a symbol of their control and mastery. In both cases, the crystal becomes a part of the wielder's identity, imbuing the lightsaber with their spirit. And so, Kyber crystals continue to be a powerful symbol in the galaxy, reflecting the eternal struggle between light and darkness. If you enjoyed unraveling these mysteries and want to see more incredible content about the Star Wars universe, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. This helps to strengthen our community and bring you more curiosities and secrets from a galaxy far, far away. May the Force be with you always.